All right, this is my second attempt on this already. The first attempt was going pretty good, but someone called me and I had to stop recording. We're just gonna gloss over all that though. I'm back. It's been about a year since I last posted, which is great. You know, I'm sure you guys missed me. The 20 of you or however many. I'm not really counting. But anyway, I'm here with another Batman costume. And unlike my first Batman costume, this one isn't crap. So here we go. Let's just start in on the chest piece. The chest piece, it's a design I got from a YouTuber called Zine Prod. He makes some pretty good cosplays out of EVA foam. So he does this pattern for most of his chest pieces, and it's a little bit difficult to imagine because for it to fit together like this and for it to be sort of 3D, as you can see, like right there, that is at an angle. That is not flat. So the way you do that is this first piece is just flat. This second piece is a lot longer than the first piece, and it's meant to sort of bend around and then shoot down. And this bottom piece, it sort of stays flat. If you watch his videos, I'll put a link to his channel in the description. If you watch his videos, it goes much more in depth. And I was able to not copy him, but use the techniques. This is not the stencils he used. This is my own stencil. I always design my own costumes. But anyway, so like I said, it's using much more advanced techniques than I have before. Like this right here. It's called a V-groove undercut. And that is when you take your knife and you cut straight into the foam. And then you make another cut intersecting the first one at an angle. And that creates a V shape in the bottom of the foam. And then you peel out the foam that you sort of cut out. And then that leaves a V shape in the foam. And then you fold your foam over, glue it in. And then it creates a sort of, it creates a bend in the foam that's a pretty nice shape, I have to say. I like it a lot. I like these a lot. Here's my bat symbol. I like to call it original. You know, I didn't trace it or anything, but it's pretty plain. And then we're going to move on to the abs now. So here are the abs. I like them. You know, they are a little standard, I think, but they're good for the most part. The foam I bought was actually like super thick foam. Normally I buy 1/2 inch foam. This go around I accidentally bought 3/4 of an inch foam. So it was extra thick, but so what I did for that is instead of having it be as thick as the chest piece, I actually went in by hand and cut all of these in half, so you can see some imperfections in the cutting. It's not exactly easy to cut these pieces in half. This go around I have a heat gun, and the heat gun makes everything so much easier. You would not using a hairdryer for the past 3 years has been a pain. So far it's like this. Here was the first attempt. With these harder pieces that you've never done, I always recommend using using scrap pieces of foam to build a first attempt. So you can see here, this is sort of where the ideas came in. I have like a little notes on the side and everything. So a little less of a bend, I think is what it says. I don't know. I didn't actually use these notes. But as you can see, this is sort of where it got started. These are how these pieces began. This fits on my chest extraordinarily well, by the way. And when I get the straps, I'm probably going to have the straps hooked up right here, going around my body. And then there's going to be a lot more. I'm trying to decide whether or not to put... I have 2mm craft foam, which is what I use for this bit, for all this black. I have some of that. And I was wondering if I should go in between these abs, sort of where these silver guidelines are. I changed my ab design a couple times, so the silver marking is the original ab design. So I was wondering if I just took some thin craft foam and sort of went around making a shape. I think that might look pretty cool, actually. Still considering it. So here is the chest piece design, and I'm going to show a picture of my design for what I hope the rest of the costume might look like. So here's my drawing. Here's my sketch. Not very good, but it's good enough, I suppose. Obviously, the chest piece and the abs did not come out as I drew them. And that's just, this is a guideline, a very rough guideline. I always design on the fly, you know. It's just, I can't put pen to paper and come up with a good design. But when I've got my foam and my knife, I can sort of do better. So that's what I did here. I'm planning on sticking with the design for the helmet. I like it. It's poorly drawn with the crooked eyes and everything, but other than that, I like it. The one thing that I'm sticking with is the paint job. And as you can see here, there's a line going through. And what I was going to do is I was going to have past this line going up to here. This is going to be pure black. So black shoulder pads, black gauntlets, black chest piece, black everything. So imagine here, there's going to be just sort of line coming in, and all of this is going to be black. And then everything on this side is going to be mostly gray with sort of black highlights. So like everything that's white, I didn't color it all in on the picture, but you kind of get the point. Everything that's colored in here is supposed to be gray, and then everything else is supposed to be black. So I do like it. I like the paint job idea a lot, and the real kicker here is I'm not going to have a cape. Instead, I'm going to be wearing a trench coat. Hopefully, I can find a trench coat for a decent price that fits my body the way I want it to. I've been looking around a lot of thrift stores, and it's not exactly easy to find. Most of the trench coats I found have been like extra, extra large, so that won't really work. Other than that, I have one other thing to show you. I figure this is the best place to shoehorn this other project in, along with my costumes. Let me just grab it over here. It's a little bit big. Here we go. So this is my Cloud Strife Buster Sword. Sorry, my room's a mess. My Cloud Strife Buster Sword is right here in all its glory. So it's turning out fantastic. I could not even imagine this piece turning out this well. So I've got a nice bevel going down the entire blade. I sanded this whole thing by hand. It's all styrofoam. So here, oh god. The bottom is made of plastic, so it doesn't, it slides on the laminate flooring pretty good. But here it is, and I'm almost ready to paint. I'm so close to getting ready to paint. Buying this extra foam was almost the last step. So here is this 2mm craft foam I was talking about, and I heated this up, and there are some cuts in there. If you can see, you know, some nice cuts. There are cuts right there, drilled all the way through here. It looks a little rough right now. I'm not completely done sanding. Here's the handle. Here's the plastic bit I was talking about. It looks like it's not plastic, but it is. So how I did this, it's a little bit tricky. I think the hardest part, besides sanding the whole thing and keeping it standing, the hardest bit was probably just drilling a straight hole with this into here, because I only have, for something this large, it's about 73 inches tall, which is almost as tall as I am. Actually, it's the exact height as I am. I only have about 6 inches or so where the PVC pipe stabs into the foam, and that's kind of a lot to support for such a small amount of, you know, give. But it works. I can hold it. It's not exactly easy to hold in a small room, but yeah, I can hold it, you know. It's 10 inches wide across, 73 inches tall. The handle is about 12 inches. And well, yeah, that's it. Ugh.